traditional apparel with headgears. The trend changed to an era where more women forgo the headgears and the kaba and slit skirts go without the wrap. And now a lot of women dress like the youth. The traditional Ghanaian dressing seems to have been taken over by the youth, but of course with a different twist. Older women who dress younger are frowned upon even by their age mates. But when it comes to age-appropriate clothing, some believe it is not so much about one's age, but her attitude. What if regardless of her age, the elderly woman has a fabulous body that can rock that dress even better than a 20-year-old? In the end, the key to successfully looking age-appropriate and modern is paying attention to what feels right on you.
Right. So what would be your impression if you met an older woman dressed in a short skirt or tight jeans or any outfit really that exposes certain parts of her body? I'm sure that your impression of her wouldn't be so favorable, and you probably say that she's not dressed appropriately for her age. But then what is age-appropriate dressing? My guest this morning is Immaculata Eresi Labi, and she's a fashion designer and stylist at Lifestyle Hamilton. Good morning, Immaculata.
Good morning, Sandra.
Looking very chic this morning. Are you dressed appropriately for your age?
Yeah,
you are. You are. Okay. What is age-appropriate dressing?
Okay. My definition for age-appropriate dressing is appearing respectable and matured. As you age, people look up to you. You know, let's say when you were 18, you probably mingled with your colleagues that were also 18. Mm-hmm. So if you appear in the mini skirt and the shorts, it's just about the fun you're having.
Right.
When you turn 30, your occupation, I mean, is much more
your lifestyle.
Focus. Exactly. Okay. So you have to appear to the larger crowd or those who look up to you more decent.
Right, but does a number define your age, really? Isn't it the way you feel or how you feel that should determine how you dress? Should we really look at age as a factor?
I think we cannot overlook the number, because when you turn 50, you either have got grandchildren or children, and these young ones look up to you. So we cannot overlook the aspect of age. You have nieces and nephews.
What about people that are old but look young? Must you really look at the general picture like that because you have children and grandchildren and all of that? What about if you, like the story rightfully said, if you're old but you have a nice body, you work out, you look fit? What stops you from wearing all the nice clothes that you want to wear? I mean,
looking good is not about revealing yourself or being naked virtually. You can wear your pencil clothes like how you've got it on now. You're looking good, you're showing a little bit of cleavage, some skin, a little bit, some skin, but you're dressed appropriately. You understand me? So, I mean, you can pick all the clothes and...
Okay, so you're saying I'm dressed appropriately. I'm sure you would have added for my age to it, but would it be so different if somebody maybe a little older than me wore this or younger than me wore it? How different would that make it?
If I had a 50-year-old wear what you're wearing, I feel like it would be a no-no. I mean, in with respect to fashion, it's even a no-no, because when you go to some point, you get most of the folds here. The 50-year-olds that are toned down, have exercised with a good body.
Exactly. There are 50-year-olds who look better than some 20-year-olds.
Exactly. But then there's an issue of a little bit of wrinkle here.
What if you don't have any of those? You have a perfect body. Then can you wear whatever you want?
But Sandra, why don't you just want to accept it that when you were 28 or 30, you had the opportunity to dress like this, and you're way past that now?
So are we saying then that fashion changes with age?
Yes, like the trends keep on coming. The age too is a factor, and I mean we cannot overlook that.
Okay. What dressing is appropriate for which age? Can you give us certain scenarios?
Okay. When you leave 30s and you're heading towards 50s.
Hey, don't forget 40. You don't go from 30 to 50.
No,
you're talking about the age between 30 and 50. Okay.
Because here we could equally treat 60, but then
right.
I mean, for fashion, they basically look at 30s, 50s. I mean,
right. So 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds can dress the same.
30-year-olds, you're better 35 is close to 30, 45 is close to 50, and then the 60s come after that. Right. You understand me? But fashion normally looks at the 30s and the 50s.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is there are some colors, some cuts or hues that are just not done when you turn 30. And also when you turn 50, they expect that you cover arms, you cover cleavage, yes.
What if there's nothing to cover? That's my worry. If there's no, you're talking about covering it up because maybe you be a bit flabby, you have some excess skin, some sags here and there. But if you don't have any of those and you're
that's like 2 people out of 20 women. If I'm being right, especially.
So for them, is it okay for them to rock whatever they want?
Well, I feel like it won't attract the wrong stare because their body is toned down. But trust me, Sandra, at the age of 50, even if you've exercised that much, we will see some, some skin dropping. And you don't want it to be an eyesore to the viewer.
So basically what you're saying is that their faces will not match their clothes. Exactly. Definitely there will be some telltale signs. Okay. Are we saying, what I'm trying to ask is, you said that fashion changes with age, or as you grow older, your fashion will change. But isn't that kind of like fashion dictating to you? What if you don't want to follow trends?
Well, we're not asking you to follow trends. We're trying to appeal to you to respect the rules that come with aging and fashion. Yes, because we're looking at you. You have turned 50 or 60. We think that you can't appear in a miniskirt. This time, it's not about you. It's about those of us looking. I feel like if a woman comes in here dressed 50 and she's in a miniskirt, you probably go like,
okay. What about when it comes to body? Shouldn't we rather be dressing appropriately for our bodies instead of for our age?
That is one factor. We can all be 30, we can all be 25,
exactly.
We can all be 18.
Oh, we'll not have the same body types and body shape.
Exactly. So now the rules also apply to body shape. The leggings that we wear. Excuse me to say, if a slim person comes in with the leggings and a boob top or a crop top, she's basically looking straight. So she doesn't attract, the
attention.
Exactly. But if a bigger person wears the leggings, you sometimes see the folds here and the folds here. So now the people that look onto, they go like, oh my God.
You see, that's my problem. What if it's an older person without all these folds? It's an older person that looks in good shape, she's fit, she works out, she looks better than the 20-year-old without her folds and all of that.
Well, then I can agree with you. You're okay wearing that. But like I keep on saying, it's about 2 people out of 20. What we're trying to say is we're appealing to you, dress for your age. You understand me? And
so basically, you should be honest with yourself and just dress according to your age and your body type.
Dressing is about being honest to yourself. There are some clothes I don't wear. I'm almost a size 8, a little bit less. I fluctuate between the weights, but then there's some clothes that I feel it just doesn't work with my body, but it will work with a size 12. I don't pick those clothes. You understand me? It's just about being honest about who you are, what really fits you, and then stocking your closet with those pieces.
Okay, so for just give us some more examples for the age groups and what they should be wearing. For the 40-year-olds, what should they be wearing?
For the 40-year-olds, if you're a career person, so corporate, you can have the suit, the 2 pieces with good cuts. For the trousers,
when you say good cut, what's a good cut?
We have different cuts for the pieces. We have the open legs, we have the straight cuts, we have the skinny pieces. Some of the women, the slim ones, will do well with the skinny cuts. But if you are not so skinny, we're looking at you between size 12 to 16, you can do the straight cuts where it holds your thigh and then just a little bit loose around your ankle. That really will bring out the shape at the top area. Right. So when you wear pieces like that, fair enough. If you come up wearing chiffon dresses, chiffon tops, it's okay. At that age, you can do more cutting, midi dresses, long dresses. They appeal to the eye.
Right.
Yes.
What about hairstyles? Some people say you shouldn't do certain hairstyles at a certain age as well, because it's not age appropriate.
Well, hairstyles, I wouldn't really, go there. because we have different bone structures for our faces. So I can have an afro which might not look good on me.
But isn't that the same with the clothing as well? Because we all have different bodies. So
not
with
really.
the hairstyle, does it mean that age doesn't matter when it comes to hairstyle?
No. Basically, I don't think age really affects the kind of hairstyle we do, because
so it's okay for a 50-year-old to have like maybe a wild short cut with some spikes and some colored pieces.
Initially, short hair was for after 40. Yes, that's how fashion trended. If you're after 40, you don't really keep a long hair to your back and all of that. So they categorize the short hair for the grown people. But you see, the trends are changing. Fashion is speaking a different language now. That's why you don't get the grown women with all the short hair. Some of them used to keep it, spiky, a little color here, a little color there at the back. It's their style, cut for them. But then if you see somebody that's 55 with a long weave that's about 30 inch,
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. So that would not be appropriate,
especially when they are corporate.
I see. So even with the hairstyles, there are some don'ts for certain ages.
Exactly, but the don'ts for what you wear is much more higher than the don'ts for your hair because of the different body structures or the face lines.
Right. Okay, so let's take what you're wearing, for example. Who or what age would you say should stay away from something like this? First of all, describe what you're wearing.
Okay, what I'm wearing is supposed to be simple. It's supposed to flaunt my body structure, and it's not supposed to be too revealing. So, I cut the fabric, the length is fine. I just show a little bit shoulder here because I have the bones, yeah. Yes, and I'm not 30 yet, so I'm allowed to look chic to my clientele that's 18, 25. But the moment I turn 30 or 32, I will avoid these clothing.
Right. And do you think designers come up with clothes based on ages as well? Like you, for instance, you're a designer.
Yeah.
Do you think that you make clothes based on one's age? Are there clothes that are specifically for this age group? When you walk into a store, you won't go near this particular kind of clothes because it's for a certain age group?
Of course. Personally, when I have clients come in and then they're above 30, there are some designs that I don't even show to them. And sometimes when they have seen it online, they say, oh, can I have this? I will have to advise them, especially with stuff that show a lot of cleavage. When the young people, 28, 25, come in and they want to show cleavage, fair enough. But with my clients that have got kids, they have breastfed for a long while, I advise that you don't want to. Instead we cover exactly, or give you the lace piece over the top
to give an illusion of skin. Okay, all right, let's go to our social media platforms now and get a few messages from our viewers. Let's see what they think about this particular subject. Benny?
About this old and chic topic. Here are a few messages for you. This first one on Facebook is from Mavis Asada. She says, go to Usu and check out the old ladies. They are so in touch with their fashion. Even the young girls are finding it hard to keep up. Harriet Redu says, sometimes they overdo it. It makes them appear desperate. So varying views there. And Mami Sewa says, depending on how well you take care of yourself, people can grow old and still look fabulous. You should see my grandma. And that's actually very true. I know my mother looks fabulous for her age. And we'll go down to Twitter and hear a few messages as well. This one's from Nora Forson. It says, I love it when our old folks keep up with the times. There you go. Here's another one from Sandra Amwa. She says, I know an old lady who loves her miniskirts and high heels, and she looks good in them. All right, thank you very much from Sandra. And also from David Ablo, he says Yomu Bega is what we call it, forever young. So those are some of the, Yomu Bega. All right, so that's some of the messages that have come in this morning about the topic that you're discussing in the studio. And to be honest, Sandra, I mean, with me, I don't know about women, but me, as the older I get, the more skin I'm going to be showing. So
okay, which part of your body will you be showing?
That's going to be for future reference.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Benny. Right. That last one there about the Yomo Bega, I'm guessing it kind of means refuse to go, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like the older women who refuse to go.
We have the older women that refuse to go. They'll do the leggings. They'll do the crop tops. Showing some skin over here. They'll do the shorts. I mean, you can't do nothing
about it. Okay, right. Let's talk about what you wouldn't wear, or what you wouldn't wear today that you wore in the past. I don't know if I'm constructing it right. What can you wear today that you wouldn't have worn before?
As in pieces that I'll choose for myself.
Exactly.
Now.
Yes.
Okay.
Something that you wouldn't have worn when you were younger.
That I'm wearing now.
Yes.
Right.
Because it wasn't appropriate then.
Okay. Now I do a lot of midi stuff. I mean, clothes that come way beyond my skirts, my dresses.
When you say midi, that's between your knees and your ankle.
Right. Which I wouldn't have worn when I was 18 or 20.
Why?
I felt they were a bit covering. I mean, I was young and vibrant.
But now?
But now I wear them. I wear them because I have meetings. I wear them because I think people look up to me as a designer. I wear them because I'm trying to, appear corporate. It's what I do. The age is catching up. So exactly.
But I mean, midi doesn't necessarily mean not sophisticated.
Most of my midi clothes are pencil clothes, so they hold my body just like this. The only thing is that they cover down to this area, and probably a cut sleeve or a 3/4 sleeve. Right. But there are pieces that I choose to do now to make me appear elegant and classy.
Right. Talking about the midis, at what point should you let go of the mini skirts? At what age?
I cannot really define that because, like Benny is saying, there are 54-year-olds in Osu wearing mini skirts.
Exactly. So, at what point is it okay for a 50-year-old woman to wear mini skirts?
For me, it's not. Looking at even our cultural background, it's not. I feel once you get to 35.
Oh, so in your 30s, 35, you can wear a mini skirt?
Well, when you are 30, there's still. Like when you have to go out with your girls over some cocktails, you can do your mini skirt. The point is the setting. You can appear at a restricted location. I mean, it's girls looking good and having fun. But
after 35,
40, 50, I will not actually approve of that.
Okay. Should we forego style in place of comfort when it comes to dressing?
What would we term as comfort? Is it the jeans we want to wear? Is it the blouses that are so loose?
I'm saying this in relation to the fact that there are things that you're saying we should stay away from at certain ages. So should we replace comfort with style?
Okay, let's take a scenario like this. We're probably sitting in a restaurant, two of us, and then a grown one walks in with a short skirt, and a crop top. Thing is, most of us there will give her the stare, and the problem is she going to be comfortable with the looks that we give her?
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
I don't think so. With regards to comfort, you have chosen pieces, and then when you don't feel good about your clothes when you're out, your whole countenance is down.
Exactly.
And you're getting the wrong stares.
Exactly.
You understand? And you keep on asking yourself, what did I wear? You get me?
So you're saying that when you look good, it will show from the inside.
Exactly.
You feel good on the inside.
Looking good is not about appearing tacky. Looking good is about being classy. So the pieces you pick that will appeal to the people looking at you is most important.
Right. How can you incorporate certain items into your wardrobe without appearing like a teenager, a teenage girl?
So we're looking at age.
Yes.
Okay. Well, sometimes I do clothes set redo for some clients, and there are some pieces that I pick for one client because of her body or her complexion, and some other pieces I don't pick for another person. But there are these pieces that are so important. You need necklaces, accessories. When you are so fair, your complexion is very bright. You can avoid very bright stuff. Neck pieces that come with neons and pinks. You really don't want to do that because already you're statement enough. But when you're dark like me, you might want to do a lot of gold, colorful stuff. So I incorporate
attention.
all of that into the person's closet. And some of the pieces that I pick for a darker person have to be very bright to give the face a bit of color.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Makilata Iresi Labi is a fashion designer and stylist from Lifestyle Hamatan, and she joined me this morning to talk about old and chic, basically dressing appropriately for your age. And in my opinion, I just think you just have to be honest with yourself. Just look at yourself and honestly and figure out what works best for you. And you know, there are certain things you wear that you know this is not age appropriate. We know, so stay away from those. Thank you so much once again, Imakilasa, and of course to Lipton Tea for bringing us this segment.